And to be mindful means to be fully in the mind, bringing your mind's attention to what you're doing. Mindfulness is to pay attention on purpose without judgment. So, finding your comfortable seat, everybody, finding a place of stillness. Let's take a deep breath and sigh it out. Ah, good. And coming home to your heart space, coming home to you, the inner realm, the inner journey. And it is a journey to the heart. But really, it's not that far away. We don't have to journey way off in other places, other countries, other parts of the world. Because wherever we go with us. And the journey to the heart is right here. And bringing in solitude. I sometimes like to call it solitude. The solitude. We need this every day. Giving yourself some undivided attention to bring in loving kindness and compassion. But when we hear the bell is a reminder to awaken. If you were to live in a monastery, live like a monk, there's bells that ring throughout the day in the village. And no matter what you're doing, as life is a series in our daytime of doings, so even at a monastery, there's still things to do. When you hear the bell, it's just a reminder to come back to present moment, to come back to the mindfulness. It can be a cool little instrument to use these devices that we have and set alarms, just maybe randomly a couple through the day, like a little bell, like a little chime. And it can be the reminder, oh, come back to whatever you're doing to bring a mindfulness. And to be mindful means to be fully in the mind, bringing your mind's attention to what you're doing. Mindfulness is to pay attention on purpose without judgment. And we all have this inner judge, inner critic in our mind that shows up from time to time. When we judge something, it's often, there's something that irks us. There's something we don't like about something. And of course, we have this judgment mind out in the world. about things, about people. But we also have this inner judgment of ourselves sometimes. And even though the word judgment, I like to reframe it more into a softer version. But I think the word judgment is useful as well to realize, that we can be harsh on ourselves and to acknowledge that and to wake up to that, to notice it when it happens, because that's the first step of then changing the mind. So I do like to reframe it often as paying attention on purpose with, not without something, but with loving kindness and compassion. And first and foremost with ourselves. Because I think that's where we start. And where we can cultivate that friendliness and gentleness and lovingness with ourselves, we're more likely to bring that into the external. Okay, so how do we do that? Because it's useful to be able to see it in yourself. So, for example, in the external, we get triggered. Something bothers us or upsets us about something or somebody. And that's useful if we're paying enough attention because we're like, oh, what is that about? Because then I think that's a wake up call to kind of go internal to say, what was going on with that? Because it's likely the outer judgments are just inner judgments turned out. So it's always an opportunity to learn something about yourself, to maybe go in and tend to maybe a wounded place, to bring loving kindness and compassion, and then really to hold space, tend and befriend, and then release. So we use the breath as one of the tools to start to focus our attention. Excuse me. So as you just place your awareness anywhere you're noticing breathing. See anywhere in your body that's breathing. Where can you find some ease right now? Maybe let the shoulders drop, let go. Your hands relax. And just feel your facial muscles relax. Yet bring in this sweet smile. It's not a big grin, it's just ever so slightly turning the corners of your mouth up. I sometimes call it the Mona Lisa smile. It's like she's got this little smirk. I think maybe she finally just got that joke someone told her earlier. But yet, maybe she has the secret to live life to its fullest. She has the secret to inner joy, inner love, self love, love that fills your heart and overflows in all that you do. And let the sweet smile, just feel it even in your eyes. It just changes your face. Just notice the breath as you smile, smiling for this brand new day. We get to live another day today. And I feel this smile is so important, especially with this inner work that we're doing, the inner inquiry, because we're going to touch those places inside of us that is harsh and judging and criticizing. And the smile can be the smile of loving kindness and compassion. I'm hoping it can also be eventually, like with time and practice and moments that surprise us, we can smile at ourselves and just kind of almost chuckle at how ridiculous the monkey mind can be at times. So as you watch the breath and feel your body, again, we're the watcher of the mind and the thoughts, letting them float by like clouds in the sky. I wanted to share with you this morning a poem by my favorite yoga poet, Donna Falls. And just to share a cute little story about this poem, it's called Self Observation Without Judgment, which is the term, the definition of mindfulness. Self observation without judgment. And yet, when I was typing it out, I realized just this morning when I opened up my Google document, I wrote it backwards. Self judgment without observation. And it made me chuckle because I thought, oh my God, that's the exact opposite. But really, I mean, it makes you laugh because we do this so much. We have self judgment without even observing it, without even realizing we're doing it. So just having that little turnaround. So please receive these words. So allow them to come into the mind. But remember, mind body's connected, so receive it in your body and also receive it in your heart. Release the harsh and pointed inner voice. It's just a throwback to the past and holds no truth about this moment. Let go of self-judgment, the old learned ways of beating yourself up for each imagined inadequacy. Allow the dialogue within the mind to grow friendlier and quiet. Shift out of inner criticism, and life suddenly looks very different. I can say this only because I make the choice 100 times a day to release the voice that refuses to acknowledge the real me. What's needed here isn't more prodding toward perfection, but intimacy, seeing clearly and embracing what I see. Love, not judgment, sows the seeds of tranquility and change. And so I do believe that this is what we're doing here every time we come back to practice solitude and solitude, just to sit with ourselves as we are. We're sowing seeds of love. It's not about perfection, it's a practice. It's practicing loving ourselves exactly as we are in this moment. Just remembering your sweet smile, the smile at these seeds of love that we've planted in our inner garden, filling up our cup with love this morning so that love can overflow throughout our day. And joining your hands together in front of your heart, coming into Padma Mudra. So you just open up the index, middle, and ring finger. Om Mane Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. And that jewel is the jewel of divine love, pure peace, spacious freedom, and bubbling joy. Sealing palms together, thumbs to the heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. And thank you so much for meditating with me this morning, honoring the light within each one of you. Namaste, my friends.